long grain rice, so we do need measuring cups. A tablespoon, we're gonna need tablespoons, of canola oil. You have those. Here's the canola oil. You need 16 ounces of chicken stock. You need ½ ounce of onion. Okay, here's an onion. I'm gonna show you how to cut an onion. First thing you do is you peel it. After you peel it, you're gonna cut it down the center. Okay, then you can weigh out how much you need, and then I'll just show you quickly. You probably won't need more than 1/4. But you can do the couple ways you can do this. This way, I would take the onion and just force it down a little bit. Hold the knife properly. Okay, make long cuts this way. Do your long cuts first. Okay, once you get your long cuts, then you line all those up. And then you go the other way. Okay? Once your onion is in quarter, this is the easiest way to do it. I'll show you a different way later. You want to cut this small. Okay? So that's what you want. Something like that. Don't cut this way first and then try and go around. It's much harder that way. So measure out what you need, then cut it up this small. But don't be taking this one out, I'll be watching. You need the knife practice. Remember to put a wet towel underneath your cutting board so that it's safe. Sharp knife, hold it properly. Your claw hand. Okay. Then you're going to need 1 bay leaf, or ½ a bay leaf, sprig of thyme, which we have over there, salt and pepper as needed. Here's the method. You're going to put your oil in here and you're going to bring it over up to medium heat. Okay? Put your pan on the heat, turn your stove on to maybe number 10, 9 or 10. Let it get hot. Then add your tablespoon of canola oil in there. Then let the oil heat up. Okay? It'll be really thick at first. As it warms, it'll get looser, and then you'll start to see like these little ripples on there. Don't let it smoke though. Don't let it get too hot. Once your oil is at medium temperature, then you're going to add your ½ ounce of onion, this size. Then you're going to necrate your rice. So you'll take your cup of rice and coat it with the hot fat, no color. Very similar to that one, right? Very similar. Once it's coated, then you're going to add your liquid all at once. So that's where it differs. Okay? This is a long grain rice as opposed to a short grain rice. It's a different animal. Okay? Then, once that's your liquid's in there, you're going to add a bay leaf in there, your sprig of thyme, and then you're going to bring it up to a simmer. Then you're going to make something called a cartouche. This, to me, always sounded like something you'd find in the pyramids of Egypt. I found a cartouche. Doesn't it sound like it? So here's how you make a cartouche. You're going to take a piece of parchment paper, and so you'll use half of this. You might want to take pictures or something so you can remember. But take a parchment paper, fold it in half. How many of you do origami? You'll be really good at this. Okay, once you have half, then you're going to rip it in half. How much would you charge to do this for everybody? $1 each? Makes you money. So you're going to fold it in half. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It's not critical. I just can't take it. Sorry. Can't take it any longer. Okay. So, once you have a perfectly cut in half piece of paper, then you're going to take this and you're going to make something out of it. You're going to take this and you're going to fold it in half. Lengthwise. What do you call this fold? Mountain fold?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Valley fold. So this is the Phoenix fold. Okay, so the way I describe this is step one, sailboat. Okay, sailboat. After you get sailboat, you're going to go house. After you get house, now you'll notice you have an open end and a closed end. Okay? You're going to fold the closed end towards the opened end 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you have something that looks like this. From here, this is where we're going to do a little bit of 3D math. You're going to take your pot and you're going to measure the radius, which is the halfway point. So you can just guesstimate halfway in, and then from the edge, you're going to measure the distance of the radius of the pot, which is about like that. So that's our line, and you're going to cut right there. Okay. You're also going to cut a little bit of the tip off. Don't get that in your food. Then what you're left with is something really cool. You have a lobster bib that you can wear. You could save those and use them for that. But what you have is, you can all ooh and ah if you like, a cartouche.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah, it's very exciting. The purpose of the this is very high level cooking. What we're doing is you have all your stuff in there, your liquid, your grains, your seasoning. You've tasted the liquid, it's seasoned properly. Then you're going to put the cartouche on top, and it's going to sit right on the liquid top. Okay? And the purpose of the cartouche is, as liquid evaporates off, it's going to bring with it volatile essential oils. You don't want those escaping. It's not a good idea to make the kitchen smell good. You want the smells to go to your guests, right? So this is how you keep all those aromas inside the pot. There's a little hole in there to let some of the steam off. And then you put your lid on. Okay, so that's the cartouche. Once the lid is on, how do you know? You can't see anything. It's kind of black box cooking at that point. So if you see a little curls of soft steam coming out, you're golden. If there's nothing coming out, you'll want to peek in there and see what it's doing. If there's if it's like a steam kettle whistling, it's too hot. So those are your visual cues for that. How do you know when it's done? Well, it's going to be about 20-25 minutes, and then you can take the pot off. When you think you're done, take the pot off, turn it sideways, see if any liquid builds up on the bottom. If there isn't, then you can take a fork and fluff it up. Okay? Questions on that one? It's a little bit harder, more challenging.